Hi there, it's Laser Bry from ourphotographyclub.com. In this video what we're going to look at is how we can manipulate a photo in the RAW format. Now I'll assume that you've been to the website and you've read the Getting Started guide where I talked about the RAW format. But for those of you that haven't, the RAW format is basically when you shoot in your camera you can set your format to RAW, and what that means is it won't compress it at all in like JPEGs all compressed. RAW format is what you see is what you get, and it just captures all the info, everything. It's a big file, but most, if not all, photographers shoot in the RAW format because it holds all the information of the picture, which allows you to edit it really well. But unfortunately, when you're editing in the RAW format, you can't edit it straight like you do with your JPEGs. Instead, what you do is you grab your RAW format file and you can drag it into Photoshop. And I think I'm dragging the wrong one. I hope this is the right one. And what it would do is it would detect that it is a RAW file, and that is the wrong one. So let me just cancel that. I'm just trying to find one. Where is it? Live video. Always prepared. There you go. So this picture you're looking at here, as you can see, it's pretty crap actually, but I'm using this picture because I want to show you how blown out that sky is. You can't see any detail there. Now if this was a JPEG picture, you'll be pretty much buggered because all the info is gone there. But because this is a RAW file, all that information is actually there. We just need to encourage it to come back. So before we get on to the goodie stuff, let's go through these settings. Now what it's done, because Photoshop knows it's a RAW file, it's actually opened it up in Camera Raw, which allows you to edit RAW files, and that's built into your Photoshop, and even Lightroom has it. At the top here you've got your zoom tool, and you can zoom in by clicking there, and if I hold the Alt key, see it turns to a minus and I can click back out. And down here you've got the plus where you can come in and out. You can also up that up, and you've got your percentages there like that, fit in view. The next one here is your hand tool for moving around, and this one here is for you to set your temperature and stuff. So let's just pick an area here. Oh, if you pick it too bright you'll get an error. There you go, there's the error. But don't panic, that's just telling me that I've picked a too bright spot. That's because it's completely blown out. So we're going to pick it somewhere like here. As you see, the temperature's changed, and over here the setting's changed. Then you've got your crop tool, which is quite a good tool actually. So let's put the crop in there like that. There you go. And you can size it up and stuff. Now the reason it's playing funny here is because I've actually got it set. If I right click, you can see I've got it set to 2 to 3, so wherever I drag that it's going to maintain that ratio. And you can play around with it here. You can clear your crop as well. And because you're using the RAW, Camera Raw, this information isn't permanent like it would be in Photoshop. Once you crop it, you've done it. Well here, I can say, okay, I want that crop. Oh, I don't want that crop now, so I can just come up and I can just change it. So it's not permanent. Because all it's doing is storing the information, like a shopping list if you like, of what you want before you save it. So we can right click that and we can just clear that crop because we don't really want it yet. This one here is quite good because you can just draw that and see what it does there. That's quite good, isn't it? There's your horizon level, say. There you go. And you say, yeah, I want that, but then you can say, nope, I don't want that at all. So you can click your crop again and click crop. Good fun that. Anyway, red eye remover, can't really use that in this picture. Open preference dialog, I haven't really actually looked at that, but this one will rotate the picture back and forth. Don't need to go too much detail on that, I don't think. Anyway, let's get into the good stuff. So now we want to bring this sky back, so what do we need to do? Let's put it on that for a minute. Right, here we go. Right, we've already done our temperature because we used our dropper tool, so that's good. So obviously it could, it's overexposed, isn't it? So let's drag the exposure down until we can bring back those clouds. There you go. Look, there are clouds. Anyway, so we've done that. So let's have a look at the contrast now. We're going to bring up the contrast. Ooh, don't know if I like that. Okay, I do want the contrast though, so let's bring that up, don't worry. Now we're going to do the highlights, and this is going to brighten all the highlights up. Ooh, that sky's going. Oh, we're losing our sky there, so we only want to bring it up a touch. And let's brighten the shadow areas. That should bring the foreground up, because that's all in darkness. There you go. You are sort of losing a bit of the sky there, but it's the price we have to pay. And let's bring the whites. Oh, we're losing the sky again. Oh dear. That sky was really blown out, you know, so it's a good example. Now here comes the good bits. Clarity. Okay. Now clarity is actually making the darks and whites. It's highlighting the darks and highlighting the whites. Gives you the clarity. That's actually really good for this damaged picture. Vibrance. Now I tend to go for saturation first. There is a photographer I know that always says no matter what picture they do, they'll always boost the saturation up a little, just to give it a little bit of punch. But if we take that right up, see what happens there? It just goes all very in your face. But let's take it down just a touch. Now the vibrance, I like the vibrance. Take it down, see what it's doing there? It's highlighting all the brighter bits, making it vibrant. Got to be careful with it though, because it could look a bit odd. And there we have it. Now we have our sky and foreground. Again, looks kind of HDR-ish. Now this preview button here, which I skipped over, if we untick it, there's your before and there's your after. Now isn't that great how we saved that picture? Now this would be better if there was something here like a flower. I think when I shot that picture I just sort of turned the camera and shot it and didn't really focus on anything. I think I just liked the yellows in there, but I didn't actually focus on a focal point. So generally speaking, I think this picture's crap. Mind you, my motto is there's never a crap picture, so therefore I can't say it's crap. But I did actually just turn and shoot this picture, and it would have been nice if there was a flower in there or something, a focal point, but there isn't. But it's a good example for this video, so there you go. Right, down here you can click done, and what that will do is it will save your shopping list into a file, but we're not going to use that one. If you press cancel, it just cancels everything and doesn't do anything. But we're going to open the image up into Photoshop, and that's the one we're always going to be using, I think. Yeah, so we press that and it'll open up in Photoshop, and the reason for that is because you can't do any like local area tweaks like we do with our JPEGs. You can't do that in this camera raw. So we go open image, and then voila, come on, don't let me down. Slow computer, eh? There we go, we are in familiar ground again. Let's go to the hand tool so we don't do anything, and let me zoom in. I'm using the mouse because I actually changed my settings. If you like, I can show you that. Your settings, there you go. Now it's not a brilliant picture because that was really blown out. I mean, that was really bad, wasn't it? We couldn't even see it. So you're going to get all this sort of halo in a little bit because it was extremely bad. But I just did it. I wanted to use it because I wanted to show you how we could bring back all that information, because obviously that sky was there when I took the picture, and in raw format you get everything, and you can pretty much recover quite a lot of stuff in this raw format. That's not bad for just a quick point and shoot, you know. Oh look, there would have. I think there was a flower in there. Why didn't I see that? The dead flower there. Anyway, that is how you can manipulate with raw, and we'll be doing a lot more of that. And I quite like that because it's a quick way of fixing pictures, and with the raw. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my pictures of when I was at the Lake District. We was doing multi shots, 3 shots, 2 stops under, 1 stop normal, and 2 stops over. So you had a dark one, a normal one, which is like this one, and a really bright one. And the HDR software in Photoshop does it as well. We'll blend it all together, so you've got 3 different files, it blends it all together, gives you a HDR. And using this technique here, sort of lets you see sort of how that HDR is actually working. You know, how it's getting all that information out of the picture. So that's all good stuff. Anyway, I hope you liked that and I hope you find that helpful. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Enjoy.